Ubisoft is struggling. Obviously, everybody knows that. Let me break up a screenshot really quick while I pull up the other piece. So we have a headline here from Grums that says Assassin's Creed, no savior for struggling Ubisoft. A bumper release for the latest Assassin's Creed installment did not save French video game giant Ubisoft from falling back into the red in its 2024-25 financial year, the company said on Wednesday. So this has been quite a I don't even want to call it a turn of events because we all knew this was coming. We all knew this was coming, right? They didn't want to tell you how many copies of Assassin's Creed Shadows they sold. Not that they didn't want to tell you. They flat out wouldn't tell you. They wouldn't tell you how many copies they sold. All they wanted to do was run a PR spin for the first 2 weeks of the game's launch, talking about how many players they had engaged. Everybody else and their mother was running with copies sold, and they're the assholes with Dragon Age Veilguard talking about players engaged. So that was the big red flag for a lot of people, that something is clearly wrong here if they dodge every question about how many copies they have sold. To this day, they have not told anybody how many copies they have sold, because they know if they do, well, it's not going to look good, right? It's clearly not going to help their situation. So now we have a situation where the truth has to come out one way or another, right? And the truth always comes out in the earnings call, because you can't hide it, right? They're a public company. You got to tell people what your financials are through and through as much as possible. And sure, they're going to use certain PR spins and certain words, right? They're going to try to spin it as much as humanly possible, of course. But you can try to spin it all you want, but you can't spin those numbers, my guy. You can spin your players engaged, but when you gotta report those books, it's not going to end well for you. So anyway, they had the call. They had the call today, right? I don't know what time they had the call today. I just know it was today. And needless to say, it has come out that they have lost an ungodly amount of money. Like an ungodly amount of money. And I'm going to pull up their financials here in a second. I'm trying to get the screenshot that I had for it. But this particular screenshot says the following. Again, the game could not save Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Ubisoft is officially back into the red as of 2024 and 2025 of the financial year. The company had won through its profitability in 23 and 24 after a near €500 million loss in the previous period. But a string of disappointing releases undermined this year's performance with you ready for this number? Are you ready for this number? I want everybody who shilled for Assassin's Creed Shadows, who shilled for Star Wars Outlaws, who shilled for Ubisoft in general, and told everybody that the chuds were lying, that Ubisoft is fine, that nothing bad is happening, that everything is perfectly fine. I want them all to hear this following statement. After a string of disappointing releases undermining this year's performance, the company has suffered a net loss of €159 million, which is equivalent to $178 million on a revenue of $1.9 billion, which is down 17.5% year on year. So the company had a revenue of $1.9 billion, but their losses were so high that they suffered a loss of $178 million. They are now in the red, $178 million. I mean, this is pretty damn bad. Over the past 12 months, Ubisoft's would-be blockbuster Star Wars Outlaws fell short of sales expectations on release, while it canceled multiplayer first-person shooter X Defiant for lack of players. I'm bringing up the other screenshot really quick, because there is another reported number. Hold on, I have it. It might be even worse than that. Hold on. The amount of money these people have lost is insane. I don't even know where to even begin. It's disgusting. I'm actually going to bring up the full article here. Hold on. It took me a while to get it. All right, so here's the full article for this, where that screenshot came from here. So here's what they said. After canceling X-Defiant, they said this year has been a challenging one for Ubisoft with mixed dynamics across our portfolio. Amid intense industry competition, Chief Executive Yves Guillemot said in the statement, Ubisoft's preferred performance indicators, so-called net bookings, which excludes some deferred revenues, also fell by more than 20% year on year to 1.8 billion euros. So they lost almost 20% net bookings. Can you imagine? And these are the people that are trying to convince you that Assassin's Creed Shadows was so amazing, so successful. Oh my God, it's incredible. These are the people, the same people, that not only do they have to announce a 20%, almost 20% year on year net bookings loss, but they're also the ones that refuse to announce how many copies of Assassin's Creed Shadows they sold. And you know what's amazing? So they were asked about Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but they were actually asked about Assassin's Creed Shadows, or they brought it up on their earnings call. And I want to show you guys the screenshot because it's actually pretty fucking hilarious. There was basically like a transcript of the call, and it is ugly. They completely refuse to even mention it. Let me see. Because Grum's put out a statement, but I don't see the screenshot now. Where the fuck is it? Come on. I should have saved it. They basically said something along the lines of, oh, here we go. Here we go. I got it. Let me not talk shit. Here we go. So this is the statement when asked about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Check this out. So despite the challenging year, Yves Guillemot highlighted some positives, stating the following. And this is all he said about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows reaffirmed the power of the Assassin's Creed brand with a highly favorable community response from longtime fans and new players alike. Man, where's my fucking clip, bro? This is absolute nonsense.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Bro, this is so much coke, bro. This is absolute chud victory. And I could just hear all of the Assassin's Creed shills out there, like the Mighty Cuck and all these people. They're out here like, nope, it was a win. Ubisoft told us it was a win. We won. We beat you. Bro, Ubisoft is in the fucking red by hundreds of millions of dollars, my guy. And they still haven't announced the sales of Assassin's Creed Shadows, my guy. You guys are following. You guys are trying to claim victory against the Chuds. And the only information you have is, well, Ubisoft told us it's okay, so it's okay. And then you guys reference Circana, which is a company that focuses on retail sales of video games that don't even release the numbers of controversial video games. So Circana is out here trying to say, hey, yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows was so successful, it's almost as successful as Monster Hunter Wilds in the United States. But they have no numbers to back it up. Zero numbers to back it up. And then when you go on Steam and you look at the two numbers, you got Assassin's Creed Shadows at 64,000 concurrent, and you got Monster Hunter fucking Wilds at 1.4 million, and you're out here trying to convince me that Shadows is almost catching up to Monster Hunter Wilds? Are we serious? We fucking kidding me right now? This is the nonsense that I'm talking about. This is why toxic positivity is ruining companies and ruining the gaming industry in different ways. And this is one of them. This is one of them. Where you have an absolute, no matter what, you gotta stay true to the narrative, no matter what. Even though the numbers don't support it, at the end of the day, you cannot let those Chuds have a victory. But the funny thing is, no matter how much you try to stop the Chuds from having a victory, the truth is going to come out. We end up having the victory regardless. So you guys run around, you go all over on Twitter, and you try to pretend like you're victorious, and you're laughing at the chuds. You're like, ha, eat it. Assassin's Creed Shadows, major success. 3 million players engaged. 3 million players engaged, bro. You have more millions in the red than you do actual sales. 3 million players engaged. How's that number looking at you now? It's a good fucking thing you ratioed Elon Musk, because right now you don't got much to show for it. Again, Elon Musk got ratioed for a reason. It was hilarious. But that's really all you got. Congratulations. You got a nice ratio. That's great. How's your company doing? See, the thing is, the shills out there that are trying to pass the narrative that Assassin's Creed Shadows is a major success and only the chuds are saying it's not, those people, they probably didn't even buy your game. That's the sad truth of it, because most of them got free copies anyway. So all of these people that are trying to pretend as if they totally support Assassin's Creed, most of them got the copies for free. They didn't even pay money for it. So all you're doing is putting money into buying someone's silence. But it looks like you don't have that money in order to buy their silence anymore. $180 million in the red. Think about that. Think about that. So during the earnings call, they made a couple of statements. One of the statements was that they were going to focus more on apparently their more significant IPs in order to, I guess in their words, improve game quality. It says Ubisoft has announced during its end of the financial earnings that it's made the decision to delay some of its major IPs and games to improve on game quality. Can I ask you guys a question? What game did Ubisoft recently delay that we were told they were delaying it to improve the quality? And then when the game was released, it released like a buggy mess that ran like shit half the time. What game was that? My memory's getting bad. I don't know. What game was that? I think it starts with like ass or something like that. What game was that? Oh, that's right. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. So they delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows. And they told us that they were delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows because they wanted to improve the game's quality. That's what they told us. That was the narrative when they delayed the game multiple times. And then the game comes out and it's buggy shit, just like we expected it to be. The same bugs that we saw in the game when the shills were streaming the game months early because they had the opportunity to play the game were the same bugs that we saw in the final release. So they really didn't fix the game very much. They really didn't do much with this supposed delay. And yet they're trying to now convince everybody during the earnings call that they're totally going to delay all these games in order to increase the quality of the games. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling absolute nonsensical bullshit. Flat out. So in any case, again, they go over the whole nonsense. And you know what's amazing? Here's the best thing about insider gaming, right? I wonder, let me see. Let's see if they still shill for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's see if they still shill for it. Even though Ubisoft is in the major red. Let's see. The news, which was announced today, was said to be made because of the benefit of the company has seen from delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows, which has become one of the company's highest rated games in the past decade. In the financial report, it said after a thorough review of the pipeline that took place from October to December, the group decided to provide additional development time to some of its biggest productions in order to create the best conditions for success. This decision has already been beneficial to the quality of Assassin's Creed Shadows. As a consequence, fiscal year 26 to 27 and 27 to 28 will see significant growth versus 25 and 26 on the back of a strong content coming from the group's largest brands. According to our sources and past reports, Insider Gaming understands this includes Assassin's Creed's pipeline in the highly anticipated next installment of the Far Cry series, which has internally been pushed back to 26. Wow, so no announcement, huh? It's funny, man. It's funny. So Insider Gaming used to explain Assassin's Creed Shadows as the highest selling Assassin's Creed game aside from Valhalla. Now, after this earnings call has come out, it went from highest selling Assassin's Creed game next to Valhalla to now one of the company's highest rated games. So now we're going with the highest rating, and we're not going with the highest sales because you realize that the company hasn't actually sold very much at all, because the company is in the major red. Interesting how the entire narrative changes when the truth comes out from the earnings call. But hey, listen, I digress. It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. I think that it's safe to say that we have gotten our major chud victory. And Assassin's Creed Shadows has officially been killed in the public eye. And at this point, the meme of the guy holding the Post-it note saying this is actually a commercial success and showing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think that meme has come to full life at this point. And this is it. Bro, I want to make it very clear for those of you in the chat who maybe weren't here yesterday. Assassin's Creed Shadows has less of a player count right now on Steam than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let's see if that's still true. It was true yesterday. Let's see if it's true today. I'm going to SteamDB right now. Right now. Hold on. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Shadows has an all-time peak of 4,654. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has, oh my God, bro. It is still true. Oh my God. I got to show this. Hold on. This is extra burn. Extra burn. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has an all-time peak. I'm not all-time. I'm sorry. A 24-hour peak of 5,642. Assassin's Creed Shadows has a 24-hour peak of 4,654. Bro, you can't make this shit up, my guy. You can't.
Holy shit.
You can't. It's like you're being felted by your own older game. Even Odyssey is doing better than you are. That's incredible. That is incredible. That is incredible. So, again, at this point, you could look at this and you could see that there is no heartbeat here. This is absolutely dead at this point. And listen, to be fair, single-player games like this have a normal trajectory where they tend to go down like that, of course, because people move on, they beat the game, or sometimes they don't even finish the game. I wonder, let me see. Where is, how the fuck do I do this again? I'd be forgetting sometimes. Achievements. This is, let's see. Where is the achievement for the final? I fucking forgot the name of the final achievement. I know I beat the game, but I be forgetting half the time. What's the name of the achievement that's the final one? I don't know, bro. I'd be forgetting. Where's the? Is this how they're doing the achievements now? They're not doing the global achievement separate tab or anything. What's the name of the final achievement? Does anybody know? Perform a leap of faith. Meet. No. Meet a fully trained. Meet. No. Bro, look at this. Only 17% of people on Steam have completed Act 2 of the main story. Only 17% have completed Act 2 on Steam. Most people have checked out of this game. They don't even care to complete Act 2, let alone the final act. Let's see. 11%. Only 11% have completed Act 3 of the main story. 11. 1-1. 11. Act 3 of the main story. 11.3% completed the epilogue. So, I'm retarded. There's something called epilogue. Wow. I didn't realize the achievement was actually called epilogue. My bad. So, 11.3% of people 11.3% of people have completed Assassin's Creed Shadows on Steam. And this is supposed to be the major success? Come on, bro. Listen, I know a lot of people don't complete single-player games on Steam, but a lot of games have much higher percentages than this. If this is the most amazing game ever, and it's got 3 million players engaged, bro, nobody's playing this shit. Nobody's playing this shit. Oh, 100%, bro. You know this for a fact. What's the comment? He says, Fighting Cowboys probably among the 11%. Absolutely. Aside, again, I don't watch his content, so for those of you that do watch his content, I need you to answer the question. Be honest with me. After that first stream that he was paid to do, did he ever go back to Shadows? Because from what I see, because occasionally his stream pops up in my home feed, I only ever see him playing other games. I don't think I've ever seen him go back to Shadows. Did he ever beat Shadows? Did he ever go back after that first stream? I don't think so. I don't think he did. He just moved on to like the first Berserker or whatever. Which, to be fair, I don't blame him. Much better game. Yeah, no, I don't think he went back. I don't think he went back. So, look at this. Bert Dog says Expedition 33 already has 19% that have the end. Yeah, so Expedition 33, brand new game that for all intents and purposes is just as long as Assassin's Creed Shadows, already has more people that have completed the game, and they have more copies sold on Steam than Assassin's Creed Shadows. So they have more people playing the game on Steam, and they got more people that completed the game. That number is only going to go higher. It's kind of insane. So in any case, that's basically it for Ubisoft. At this point, I think it's safe to say that this company has gotten so felted that anybody who's out here shilling for Ubisoft, trying to own the chuds with something that is specific to Ubisoft, I think you have an uphill battle on your hands. I think it's been proven through a multitude of different ways that Ubisoft has been lying to you, has been lying to their investors, and has been getting people essentially to pay for their lies or paying for their silence, because all these influencers that have been lying about Assassin's Creed Shadows and all of these supposed journalistic websites like the Insider Gaming that have been lying about Shadows and throwing around all these fake Circana numbers, all of you guys look like liars right now. Every single one of you. All we wanted was the sales numbers. You guys realize that? Like, it's not like we're asking for your fucking arm, my guy. Like, we're asking you for sales numbers. It should be so easy to provide sales numbers if you are a highly successful video game. Even if you are a midly successful, is that even a word, midly? Even if you are a mid-successful video game, it should be very easy for you to give us sales numbers. You never wanted to give us sales numbers. Ever. You wanted to talk in vague political speak. You wanted to talk in nonsensical speak because you wanted to hide the numbers. And everybody knew why you were hiding the numbers. Everybody knew it. But you try to pretend like nobody knew any better. You insulted people's intelligence when it came to this game. But here we are. Here we are. Anyway,